Yo? Yes. All right, that was Francis Adams, returning speaker. Awesome job. Thank you very much. Next speaker is a close friend and co-coach with him at the Social Man. He's been there since its founding. His name is Nick Sparks, and he's a returning speaker to the 21 Convention. One of my favorites and a total badass. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, man.
Good.
Appreciate it. Give another obligatory round of applause for Anthony for, I mean, this seriously is an amazing event, and I appreciate being asked to come back here. I definitely appreciate it a lot. So thank you guys for having me. Also, congratulations to yourself, of course, as I'm sure you've heard more than once. Not every single person actually has the courage to stand up and make a change in their life. Everybody's got issues, everybody's got problems, but very few people actually do something about it. So, awesome on one hand. Also, another reason to be, congratulate yourselves is that this has been going on for what now, like 5 hours so far today? Multiple hours yesterday? Yeah, 6 hours perhaps. I don't know if I could pay attention or focus on anything for that long. So the simple fact that you're able to do that deserves its own round of applause as well. It's interesting though. I kind of liken it, an analogy I would use is actually listening to a woman, as Fran was talking about it up here earlier. It can be difficult sometimes, just like it's difficult to actually focus on hour after hour after hour after hour of guys talking. Why? Because, well, in this case, you're tired. Your brains have processed so much shit, and it can only process so much more. In those cases, when you've got a beautiful woman standing in front of you, your heart's pounding, your head's going, it can be hard to actually listen and pay attention in that case without thinking a million different thoughts at the same time. So you can draw a little analogy between what you're doing right now, the actual focusing skills it takes, and talking to a girl. It's not really part of my speech, but I just thought of that. So, why am I here? What am I doing standing here? I'm not going to talk about who I am. I mean, who really cares, honestly? Well, it started about 27 years ago when my mother gave birth to me. No, nobody really cares. I want to talk about why I'm here, though, because that's the important part. That's what actually matters. What am I doing here? Why am I standing in front of you? Exactly. I don't know. I mean, the obvious thought is that I'm standing here because you guys want to learn to get better at talking to girls. It's the obvious one. However, that's not why I'm here. I mean, yes, I'm a dating coach for a living. It's what I do, but that's really at the root of it, not why I'm here. It may be a symptom of why I'm actually standing here, why you guys are all sitting in the room right here, but it's not why I'm standing up here. The reason why I'm up here, and the reason why you guys are all sitting in those seats right now, is that, bear with me because I'm going to explain myself, is that we are living in a society that's been dominated by fear. Sounds a little kooky. Let me explain myself. What the hell does that mean? Once again, we live in a society, we live in a world, country, culture, whatever you want, that's been dominated by fear. Why do I say that? Why do I make such a broad, sweeping, general statement like that? Reason being is that, look at dating in our culture. Look at meeting and talking to members of the opposite sex. How should it be? If there wasn't any fear involved, what would happen? You'd be out someplace, maybe at a coffee shop, maybe at a bar, maybe walking down the street, you see a girl that you're attracted to, you see a girl that you like. You walk up to her. Hey, I think you're cute. I'd like to get to know you more. And the girl thinks to herself for a second, either, yeah, you seem all right too. I'd like to get to know you better. And you guys start talking and get to know each other better and decide if you want to make babies or not. Or she decides, I don't feel the same way. No offense. Maybe, I've got a lot on my mind. It's just not a good time for me. It's just not going to work out. And you say, I completely understand. No harm, no foul. And you just simply walk down to the next girl that you see that tickles your interest, say the same thing to her, and she decides, makes the decision. Easy, simple, the way it should be. Almost too easy. Why can't it be that way? Why? Because there's fear everywhere. When you're walking up, your mind is racing. Oh my God, so what should I say? Is she going to reject me? Is she not going to reject me? What is she going to think about this right now? Is anybody else going to see me get rejected? You're trying to make a conversation happen, and it's like, okay, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? How do I do this? I want to do this, but I'm not sure I'm going to get rejected here. And you're not the only one feeling fear. That's for shit sure. She's got to be worrying the entire time too. Is this guy a douchebag? Is this guy an asshole? Is this guy going to break my heart the way the last guy did? Is this guy a psycho killer who's going to chop me up into little pieces and leave me in the trunk of his car and then feed me to his cats once my body, gets a little smelly? I don't know. Somebody might think that. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. She's got a lot of shit on her mind. How do I look? Do I look prettier than other girls here? Does my hair look okay today? Do I look fat in this dress? Fear. It's everywhere. And you all know exactly what I'm talking about because you've all felt it. You wouldn't be sitting right here if you didn't feel it, especially in relation to women. It's that feeling in your chest. Kind of creeps up. It feels really shitty. Fear, anxiety, doubt. And it sets off negative thoughts. It sets off self-defeating thoughts and actions. It happens to everybody. It happens all the time. It happens when you're trying to talk to a girl. It happens maybe at work, maybe at school, all over your life. You have pressure on something. You get that shitty feeling. And what happens? We've developed in our society a ton of ways of dealing with it, of making it go away, of avoiding it. What do? I don't know, we have another drink, maybe we smoke, maybe we go on our computer and just watch mindless things to avoid doing something that we don't really want to do. Oh, I really like the blue screen, Anthony. What are you doing? Either way. We maybe pull out our phone and just stare at our phone. Do we really need to check our phone? But no. Why? Because it's easier. It's comfortable. Instead of dealing with the shit that my mind could be dealing with, oh, no. Get my mind off of it. I focus on some other shit. There's a million different things you could be doing. Because actually facing it, actually looking it right in the eye, it sucks. It feels like you want to get as far away from it as possible, and it's everywhere in our lives. We've got a million ways to avoid it. We've got no real way to stand up to it. It's just there. It's something we deal with every single day, and it sucks. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm standing in front of you guys right now, because it's my job, beyond all other things, to teach you to break through it, to stand up to it, to overcome it when it happens in your life in relation to women. And coincidentally, as you gain confidence from that, it affects every other part of your life where this has happened. It's a skill. It's a talent. And what's the root of this? How do I do it at the very core? It's the magic. I say a couple of magic words and it's gone. No. The way that I do this is basically based on a very simple foundational principle. And of course, there's more specifics, and I'm going to get into more specifics. But it's based on something very simple. It's based on the fact that when you feel like crap, your body goes through a very significant, very powerful physiological change. It ekes out of every pore of your body. Every single muscle in your body is a slave to this feeling. And when you feel great, when you're feeling on top of the world, when you are feeling amazing, your entire body, your entire physiology is affected by it. It reeks out of every single pore in your body. That's why you've each had times when sometimes you're just on. You can't explain it, but you can go up and talk to any girl you want to. Everything's just rolling. You get in the zone. Women are loving you. Things are going great. Maybe it was in the honeymoon phase of a relationship. Maybe it was a night when you just drank a little bit too much, but you can't put your finger on exactly what was going on, but you were just feeling it, and you were amazing. You all have the potential inside of you. It's you at your core. It's not a figment of your imagination that was doing that. That's who you are. Sometimes, a lot of times, especially in our world, though, unfortunately, fear, doubt, anxiety creeps in and holds you back, restricts you, cuts you off, ties you up, closes you up. That's why we have expressions out there like, he's really coming out of his shell. That shell being the shit, and he's actually being more comfortable. He's really opening up. That's what those expressions mean, quite literally. And this physiological change that occurs is very significant because everyone else around you is aware of it. Maybe they're not thinking about this stuff the way I do. They're not conscious of every little shift that happens, but they can feel it. Especially women are very, very intuitive, as we all know. They can tell from a mile away how you're feeling. And unfortunately, feelings are contagious. Nobody wants to feel shitty, right? I mean, that's pretty universal. Nobody likes feeling shitty. So when you're feeling shitty, when you're feeling anxious, your body is giving off all the signs that you're feeling anxious. Anybody who gets a whiff of that around you, you're always going to be universally repelling to everyone. Everybody's going to be like, I'm getting the fuck away from that. I mean, unless they're your friends, they have to deal with you. They have to be like, is everything okay, buddy? Are you feeling all right? However, when you're feeling great and your whole body is reeking that, maybe it's when you're around your very best friends and you're having a great time and you're comfortable. Or around your family, or around, people that just get you. You can be yourself around. And your whole body is radiating that and you're feeling good. Feelings being contagious. Everybody wants to feel good. So when you're sending off those signals, you're going to be universally attractive to everyone around you. So here's the linchpin of it all, is that if it were the case that whenever you're feeling shitty, you always radiate shittiness. Oh, Erica. Whenever you're feeling great, you're always radiating these positive energy. Then my advice to you today, right now, would be simple. I would simply say, well, when you feel good, go out and talk to people. When you feel crappy, lock yourself in the house. Don't talk to anyone. Thank you, guys. It's been my pleasure to be here today. And unfortunately, that would be awful advice. It wouldn't be very good advice at all. And luckily, there's something that we can do about this little dynamic. There's something that we can do to turn it on its head, so to speak. Your physiology will always follow your feelings, except for one situation where it doesn't. There's one time and one time only where your physiology will not follow your feelings. And that one time and one time only is when you consciously focus on your physiology. A mentor of mine gave me very wise words one time. He told me that either you can let your feelings control your actions, or you can let your actions control your feelings. Probably some of the most profound words I've ever heard in my life, and it resonates through everything. You don't feel like going to the gym, you don't feel like working out, you feel tired. I don't feel like working out, so you don't work out, you feel even crappier. Or you say, I know I feel like crap, I know I feel like not going to the gym, but I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to do it anyway. I swore too much last year. I didn't want to do it again this year. I'm going to do it anyway. So you go to the gym, you work out, you get your blood flowing, the endorphins start going, and all of a sudden what happens? You feel great afterwards. Man, I always feel amazing after my workout. I should do it more. Either your feelings are going to dictate your actions, or your actions are going to dictate your feelings.